Do you want attention? You didn't want it to be on Admiral? You want it to be on you? All right.
Just love me.
Love me instead. I want to be famous. All right, back to Admiral. Hi, everybody. We have some funny looking, oh, I'm sorry, I know, Admiral. We got some funny looking penguins on the beach right now, you guys. You're going to learn all about it. I know, Admiral. Come on, you got to embrace it, dude. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, my goodness. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to our live streams. Hello, hello. We're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California, and in a few minutes you are going to learn why our penguins look a little funky today. And this season, they look a little different, a little fluffier. Oh. Okay, well, that was a wonderful way to start. Welcome, everybody. We're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. And you might notice our penguins look a little different than normal. That's Frankie. She's not a penguin. No, she's not. You look pretty normal, I'd say. Frankie, what's going on Penguin Beach? Why are some penguins look like this right now?
We are molting.
We're molting it up.
Out with the old, in with the new. It's feather time.
It's a lot of feather time.
It's too many feathers.
Oh, Admiral, there he goes. Welcome, everybody. This is Admiral Fancy Pants hanging out in front of me. Today I am joined with aviculturist Frankie. Hi, Frankie. And I'm Madeline behind the camera. They do look a little fuzzier than normal.
Right.
And this is the molting season. So every year this happens, right, Frankie?
This happens every year, right about this time of the year.
Whoa.
Just in time for the hot seasons. They are replacing their feathers. They are no longer waterproof, so they take advantage of that hot sun to stay warm.
And what were those noises we were hearing at the beginning of the stream?
Those were loud calls. I was a little worried we weren't going to get a word in today.
Yeah, we might not. We might not. And
Those
that's
are
okay
called
too.
brays.
Oh my goodness. There he goes.
There we
Welcome,
go.
everybody. We're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific. And yeah, some penguins are looking a little better than the others. What kind of cycle is happening here, Frankie?
This is their molting season. So there's 3 major seasons of the year for our Magellanic Penguins, and we are in molting. They just finished breeding a couple months ago, and now they're replacing their feathers, so they have perfectly waterproof feathers for migration season in a couple months.
Yeah, so you can see a pretty stark difference between Mr. Admiral Fancy Pants, who we have right here, and who's this right next to him?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't know me either. Is it Gats?
Yes.
Whoa!
It's always Gats.
It's always Gats. It's true. If Frankie ever asks me who it is, it's Gats.
That's
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California, learning about penguins today. So feel free to drop your... Oh, someone says that's Skipper. Do you spot Skipper anywhere?
Unfortunately, Skipper went to another
Oh,
facility
yeah,
recently. It is a part of our species survival.
Skipper went on a road trip. Skipper and Jade. Thank you for the reminder, Frankie.
You're welcome.
Oh,
We
got
do
a
miss
booty
him, but
wiggle.
we are not a part of his molting season
That's
this year.
true. He's got other people now.
We've been replaced.
Exactly. Welcome, everybody. All right, we have a couple of questions to start off with. Frankie, hello.
Yes, hi.
What is your job? What do
is
you
my
do?
job?
Mhm.
My name is Frankie, and I'm an aviculturist, which is a fancy word for zookeeper for birds, here at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California.
Amazing. And what does molt mean?
Molt?
What is molt?
Molting is when an animal will shed their fur, feathers, or skin. And since penguins are in fact birds, they are replacing those feathers.
Very cool. And how do you get a job caring for penguins? I think a lot of people are pretty jealous that you get to work with these guys every day.
I often think about how awesome it is, and I don't know how I got here specifically. A little bit of luck, a lot of hard work. I went to through a lot of years of volunteering, building some experience with all different types of animals, and one day I found myself with aquatic birds and fell in love, and I haven't moved on.
It'd be hard to, I think.
Yeah.
They are really amazing animals. And how many penguins do we have here at the aquarium?
We have 19 penguins, 18 on this beach, and 1 behind the scenes with a little bit of an injury.
Got it. They're very cool. Oh my gosh. Someone said they look guilty. They kind of, well,
I don't know, maybe.
they kind of do. What do you mean? A little guilty. Is this whatever right in front of us?
No.
No? Who's this?
let's see, which one are you looking at? We have D.
Right here, right in front of me.
Oh, she's always guilty. That's Lily.
Lily, yeah, she's got a little bit of a guilty face right now.
When I
just
bring the
slightly.
food out, she will be the first to the bucket. You might experience some loud noises here in a minute when I pull that bucket back out.
That might happen. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. All right, everybody, welcome. We got a big jump in viewers. Hello, welcome. We're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific on Penguin Beach. And you might notice that our penguins look a little different. We have some pretty classic looking penguins, but coming up on the left, we have a little scraggly coming up. And then right here, we have this trio that are not looking so good. So what's going on with our penguins, Frankie? Why do they look so different?
Yeah, our penguins are molting. This is just kind of what it looks like when they push out their old feathers and grow in their new ones. So their new feathers are pushing out the old ones, and they spend about 4 to 6 weeks managing this process. Gats really wanted to get a word in.
He loves TikTok. He wants to make sure that he's seen and heard.
Can you tell me how you really feel?
How do you feel, Gats? How's molting feel? You haven't even started, dude.
It is a very hormonal season, if you can imagine pushing out anything. These birds have 75 feathers.
A lot of feelings. Yeah, man. Say your truth. Say what you want to say.
Not only is it hot, they are fat. They have bulked up intentionally because when they are molting, they can't swim because they're not waterproof. So they have to live off of this energy for about 4 to 6 weeks. So they get really big, they bulk up, and then they preen their feathers like Admiral's doing right over here. He's waterproofing some of those new ones. He's done. No more. None of that for today.
Nope.
So under that little base layer of Admiral, you can kind of see there's some darkness. Those are new feathers growing in.
Yeah, those are going to be nice and slick soon. They're going to be
beyond
beautiful.
Admiral is Floyd, and he just started today, so he looks a little miserable.
Yeah. It's an uncomfortable time for them, right?
It has to be.
It has to be.
I can't truly imagine it, but based on their needs and neediness, I bet you they've got all the feels.
Yeah. Someone's asked how they're doing in our heat wave that we're having here in Southern California.
I would say they're doing okay. We are always year-round watching out for different signs of stress, including heat stress. And for the most part, these birds do live in a very similar climate to Southern California, but 105 is still a little excessive. We have extra cooling agents. On top of the 56-degree water, we have ice and misters and showers that we'll give them just to make sure they're staying all right.
Very cool. Oh, we got a football on the beach. Look at that, you guys. All right, what kind of penguins are these?
Oh my Lanta, that's a great question. These are Magellanic Penguins, and they can be found off the coast of Chile and Argentina.
Very cool. Hey, we just got our first donation of the stream. Thank you so much to, let me pull up your name, give you a shout out. Oh, where'd it go? Well, your name hasn't popped up yet for us, but thank you so much for your $15 donation. That's amazing.
Wow,
we are a non-profit aquarium with a focus on conservation and education, and our penguins actually have a really cool conservation story. So when you support us here on TikTok Live, even it's by showing up or by donating, by tapping that button on the screen, you're supporting all of our 12,000 animals in our conservation and education efforts, and we thank you so much. Speaking of their conservation story, Frankie, can you tell us a little bit about our Magellanic Penguin conservation efforts?
Yes, so we have got a couple of birds that came to us from the wild about 11 years ago. Today we have Robbie, Kate, and Roxy, and these 3 birds were stranded off the coast of northern Brazil, several thousand miles outside of their normal range. And for their own various reasons, they were deemed non-releasable or not fit to survive in the wild. So a lot of these birds in our colony are actually the offspring of those 3 birds. Originally, way back when, we had brought in 5, and now here today we have 3. Roxy is our bird that actually chronically lives behind the scene as we address her bumblefoot, which is the issue she came to us with. But these birds are acting as ambassadors to not only Magellanic penguins, but to all penguins and all animals. So we like to use that Brazilian rescue story as the basis of our colony, but really we are working together with all institutions to just raise awareness for penguins and really everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool. Which penguin is the oldest penguin?
One moment.
Yeah, we have an interruption. Are we going to have a choir? Are we going to sing? No, just a short.
That's fine.
A short little yell.
Our oldest penguin, her name is Whatever. It's a funny name, and she is 20 years old this year.
Amazing. Whatever's very cool. She's a very spunky penguin, I think. Speaking of spunky penguins, we have Mr. Admiral Fancy Pants right here. Admiral is in the midst of Molt, you guys. can see that his feathers are starting to push out on his head. He's got some new feathers coming in. Those are going to be nice and beautiful. And how long usually does it take this process?
It usually takes about 3 to 6 days to push out the old feathers, and then they're very soft, but it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to waterproof their whole body. So they stay on land looking a little goofy for several weeks.
A little bit. Very cool. I just got a really great question. I actually don't know the answer to this. Ooh. Do penguins have a hierarchy in the colony?
These penguins do not.
They do not.
They are territorial when it comes to their breeding spaces. They just want to make sure no one's going into their zone, so they protect themselves, but there's no one penguin in charge.
Very cool. And how are we able to have penguins here in Long Beach, California, where, you know, we have a heat wave, where there's it never snows here, that's for sure.
These penguins actually do not require snow or ice to survive in their natural habitat. They live in South America, Chile and Argentina. Although it is hot right now, we are mitigating that with some other cooling efforts, and the water stays at 56 degrees year-round, which is pretty much in range with what they see in the wild.
Very cool. And so why do they molt? What's the reason behind it?
Well, the reason that all birds molt is to maintain their plumage. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it has to do with being able to survive and keep warm, maybe in the water or flying or in rainy seasons. But these birds have a very specific migration season where they are in the water for about 4 months long. So they catastrophically molt, and it's really extreme because they want all of their feathers to be in the best condition for that 4-month swim. So they last a year. It's a 1-year warranty, and then they will grow in the new ones. And I love it because they'll grow in the new ones and they'll get to keep all their same spots. And it's
yeah, that's so fascinating. So you see how some birds have these freckles on their tummies, and those will grow back after they release those feathers, right?
Yeah, and you can actually kind of see on Admiral's side here, the very bottom on his leg, those black feathers are new feathers. And those are his original lines that he'll grow back every single year.
Very cool. What's the average lifespan of a penguin, at least Magellanic penguin?
Magellanic penguins in an animal care facility, 35 years is a pretty good age.
Incredible.
In their natural habitat, 10 to 15 years, pretty normal.
Very
cool. Grab some food. It might get loud, so have some
I think we want to hear that. Does anyone want to hear what penguins sound like? Drop a penguin emoji in the comments if you're ready to hear what some penguin
Now
ASMR.
that I've set you up for it, there's going to be crickets.
I think it's going to be opposite of ASMR, though. I don't know if it's going to be very comforting, but I think it's going to be awesome. Welcome, everybody. Yay. I'm so excited. You are absolutely going to hear some. Well, we'll see. We'll keep our fingers crossed to see. Oh, everyone's getting excited. Oh, we got some noises. And there goes the choir. Oh my goodness. Frankie.
Lily was going to be the first one to the bucket.
She bolted over there. That was amazing. Okay, a short little choir. What do you think, guys? How would you guys rate that song? I thought it was beautiful. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us, we're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. And our penguins are going through their annual molt. So as you can see, they're looking a little different than your classic penguins. They're actually in the process of pushing out all of their feathers and growing in new ones. So I don't know who we have here. Frankie, who do we have here hanging out on the rock?
Miss Paddles.
Miss Paddles. I have been told that Miss Paddles is the most beautiful penguin on Penguin Beach. And right now, I'd say that she's still very beautiful despite being in this state. How long does molt last, Frankie?
All in all, about 4 to 6 weeks.
About 4 to 6 weeks. So in about 4 to 6 weeks, Miss Paddle will be back to her gorgeous, beautiful self. Yeah, Miss Paddles, we love it. We love it. And yeah, it's a really, really interesting time of year for these guys. They bulk up. They ahead of time they bulk up, and then while they're actually molting, they don't typically eat too much while they're in the process, right, Frankie?
You would think not.
But they do.
Sometimes they eat.
But as we can see, you're very popular over there.
You know what? These birds are all bulking up still, but the 3 molters, actually there's 4. The one right behind me, Matson.
I'm going to get a little closer to you, Frankie.
You don't want me to yell?
No, you could yell still if you want to. What are you feeding them over here?
They're just free-for-all, herring and capelin.
Delicious.
Usually I'm a little bit more intentional, so I've got my helper here catching what she can.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi. Yes, we have Maggie. We have our volunteers and other staff assist us in marking down every single fish that all of our birds are eating. And I offer herring and capelin. They're a little bit different if I can hold on to them. Herring is a little larger, a little bit meatier, and capelin is smaller with a little more water content to it. And these birds will eat it whole. Here's Lily. She'll eat all of it if I let her.
There she goes.
Nom, nom, nom.
Frankie, is it like a prerequisite that you have to be comfortable touching fish like this before you work in an aquarium setting?
I would say you will have to be prepared to learn to
Yeah.
touch fish. You can wear gloves. I don't really know why I'm not wearing gloves.
Yeah, it's just, you're just so used to it at this point, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's so excited about how quickly they are eating their food. And are they chewing those fish at all?
They are not.
No way.
Hopefully in a couple of minutes, once they kind of simmer down, I can actually show you what the inside of their mouths look like. It's
That
a
would be
little
great.
unexpected.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying what the inside of a penguin's mouth looks like.
I'm going to call it. I think Wally's going to get his band off next. But first, let's appreciate Mr. Floyd. He just started molting
Hello,
today.
Floyd. Can we give Floyd a round of applause, you guys? He is just starting out his molt.
He's a little
He's got a couple of uncomfortable days ahead of him, but he's doing a really good job. Thank you so much for joining us here on TikTok Live. We are going to be live until 3 p.m. here, and we're going to answer all your questions. We're going to chat about what's going on Penguin Beach, all about Magellanic Penguins in general. So feel free to drop your questions in the comment, and if I don't see it right away, just keep dropping it until I answer it, because sometimes it gets pushed up by something else. Also, because we're going to be live for quite a bit longer, share this live stream with your friends and your family. That way they can hop in and join us and ask their penguin questions as well. Very cool. All right, so we got some new people in here, Frankie.
All right.
What is molting season? What happens during molt?
Well, first and foremost, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Molt is when an animal will shed their fur, feathers, or skin. And we have a lot of feathers coming off of our bodies right now. About 75 feathers per square inch. That's
Wow.
Floyd. He's a great example of a day one molter.
Day one, he's just getting started. Oh, big stretch.
Sometimes you just see feathers falling right off of him, but not in that stretch.
It can happen. Oh, a squeak.
You will all get food.
Are penguins patient?
No.
No, as you can see.
No. That's a hard no.
Oh, we have a Floyd fan club in the chat. I don't
a
blame
good
you.
club
He's
to
a
be in.
very sweet and cute
Floyd has
penguin.
fathered 7 of the 13 chicks we've raised here.
Oh, good job, Daddy Floyd. Very cool. Oh, Frankie, great question. How do you know which penguins you've already fed? How do you keep track? There's so many. You're so popular.
I have a very large memory. I'm just kidding. We have a chart here and amazing assistance.
Ta-da!
Here's Maggie, thank you.
Thank you, Maggie.
And we write down every single fish. I will say right now, some of this is a little bit enriching because it is hard to chat and feed. But
Yep.
today they all got their vitamins and preventative medicine, so I'm not too worried about getting every single fish. But most days of the week we write it all down, and really they will eat until they're done eating.
Yeah, do they
So
self-regulate? They kind of will, once they realize they're full, they'll stop eating, or maybe some do, maybe some don't?
Most do, yes. And naturally they do that as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I will say we are learning every day what everyone's hunger levels are because they're at different stages individually. So
It can change day to day, right?
Today I might go, wow, Lily is hungry, we should bump up the food. And we are noting that every single day and changing our diets to fit the needs of our penguinos.
Very cool. It looks like you're being nibbled on there.
I am. That's Dee. It's a terrible behavior. She's had it her whole life.
That's a day in the life, right?
Yes.
It's just part of the job.
I try not to reward her for that, so I feed her when she's not doing it.
When she's not being naughty. Speaking of naughty penguins, who's the naughtiest on the beach?
Lily.
Lily. Yeah, Lily. Where's she at? Where's Miss Lily? Yeah, look at her. She looks like a problem.
Who's
Just
up?
kidding. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's just, she knows what she wants.
Exactly. She's a strong woman. We love it. We love to see it. Is molting an uncomfortable process?
I would say so.
Yeah, if you had to push out all of your feathers and then grow in new feathers at the same time, I don't think it'd be super comfortable.
See, that's Lily. She had.
She is sassy. Very cool. Welcome, everybody, if you're just hopping on.
Hi.
We're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific. My name is Madeline. I am behind the camera, joined with aviculturist Frankie. Boop, 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 boop,
me.
boop, boop, booping her, booping these penguins. These are Magellanic Penguins here at the Aquarium of the Pacific, and we have 19 penguins.
We do. 18 here on this habitat, and I believe all of them are visible. Sometimes they're hiding away.
Very cool. Everyone wants to make sure to remind you, Frankie, that they still want to see the inside of a mouth at some point, if possible. If we can make it happen, we'll do our best to make that happen.
It is definitely feasible. I just need to get some more food in his belly.
It sounds good. Someone said, oh my gosh, I want your job. I know, Frankie has a very, very cool job.
It's a pretty cool job.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful.
Very cool. Oh, great question. How do you know if a penguin is a girl or a boy penguin, or male or female?
You cannot tell by looking at them. A lot of people think the bigger penguins are boys and the smaller are girls. That sometimes is the case, but really it is dependent on... I'm going to take a little break from food because I'm getting fit and I don't want to reward
And I'm distracting you too, I know.
I'm distracted. I'm just going to set this aside. After I answer your question,
okay.
Females will lay an egg, so if you happen to see that, then you know for sure you're looking at a female. Otherwise, we do a blood test to determine if it is male or female.
Very cool.
I'm going to put the food away and we'll bring it back out in about 10 minutes.
Cool. Thank you, Frankie.
I'll show you in a mouth.
Yeah. Welcome everybody who's just hopping on. We are on Penguin Beach with our Molty penguins. It is molting season here on Penguin Beach. We're the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California, and I want to give a shout out to our 4 donors who have raised $35 during this session. Thank you so much for your support. Like I said, we're a nonprofit with a focus on conservation and education. So when you donate to us, it's an incredible way to support all the 12,000 animals that live here. So thank you so much. You're amazing.
Oh, Admiral just jumped in.
Admiral, you're not supposed to do that, bud.
That is definitely something that wouldn't happen in their natural habitat, but he does not have predators to worry about.
No, he can chill.
So it is okay that he did that just now.
Dry off.
He's coming.
Hi, Misty. She's like, I think you got more.
I do have more.
I think you got more.
That's for certain.
I'm holding out. Do you have a favorite penguin of the day?
Yes. Today it's Gats.
Gats. Gats is a good one.
It's Gats a lot.
It's Gats a lot. It's Gats the majority. But I don't blame you. Gats is a wonderful penguin. He's been in a lot of our TikTok videos and TikTok lives. We actually have a penguin playlist here on our feed, so definitely check that out after you're done watching this live stream. So you can catch up and maybe start pointing out who is who during our live streams. Our live streams are back, everybody. We're going to be live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. now. It was 3 p.m. Now it's 2 p.m. Pacific here in Long Beach, California. And, oh, Frankie made a promise.
I did.
Let's see if we can make it happen.
This is Cleo. I don't know how much she loves this now.
Yeah, we see it. Look at those teeth barbs. What is it?
They're not teeth.
I know they're not teeth.
I know you
I know they're not
teeth. These are specialized spines that help push down the fish hole. So these birds do not chew their food, but they massage it down. So those spines are all attached to muscles and they help get it all the way down into their belly.
Very cool. Does our aquarium offer meet and greets? Yes, right now our penguins, while they're going through molt and some other stuff, are going to be on hiatus for their meet and greets. But you can actually come to the aquarium and meet a shark or a ray up close. You actually get to get in the water and feed them. It's really cool. Hey, thank you so much for inviting your friends and your family to this live stream. And shout out, we just got a $100 anonymous donation. Thank you so much. It costs about $100 a day to feed our penguins, right, Frankie?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so you just fed our penguins for an entire day. Thank you so much to that anonymous donor and our additional 4 other donors who are supporting our nonprofit aquarium here in Long Beach, California.
Thank you.
Very cool. That's amazing. TikTok always shows us so much love. We're so appreciative. All right, let's catch up. We are in Long Beach, California, at the Aquarium of the Pacific. And you're popular today, Frankie. Is it like this every time you enter the habitat?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, you're popular everywhere you go, not just the habitat.
Except in the thick of migration, because that is the time of year that they are internally ready to flee from predators.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you walk in, they're like, no, it's swimming time. I'll be in the water all the time.
Swimming only. Let's talk about their... Oh, sorry.
This is Whatever, by the way.
Hello, Whatever. Everyone say hello to Whatever. Let's get some penguin emojis in the chat for Miss Whatever at 20 years old, looking gorgeous, looking stunning, sassy as ever.
I have to tell you, I know Whatever's hungry when she's at my side.
Yeah, she's right there.
So she'll be back when I bring the bucket back out.
She's ready. This is amazing. Just a reminder that we are a nonprofit aquarium, and our penguins here on the Penguin Beach are actually part of a conservation effort. So some of these are rescues, and they are all part of a species survival plan, right, Frankie?
They are.
What is a species survival plan? What does that mean?
That's a great question. The species survival plan has to do with the management and population genetics for all of the Magellanic penguins within the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. So basically, we work closely together with all of the other facilities to make sure that penguins aren't breeding with closely related siblings or cousins, so that we can continue to have penguins under in the Association of Zoos and Aquariums for a long time.
Very cool. What was that little sneeze there? We heard her sneeze out of Miss Whatever. Oh, and we heard some drama happening over here. Yeah.
That was a way that they maintain hydration. So they actually don't have a lifestyle near fresh water. So when they eat fish or they're in their salt water, they can drink, but they will sneeze out the salt. It's different. It's different to think about. That is what happens.
Is that common for all penguins or birds in general?
That's definitely common for all penguins, and it's very common for any marine birds.
Very cool. Amazing. This is very cool. Welcome everybody who's just hopping on. We're here live at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. And doesn't Freaky have a cool job, everybody? She gets to hang out with the penguins, and look, they just adore her. They love being around her. I don't blame them. This is so cool. How long do penguins typically live, Magellanic penguins?
In an animal care setting, 25 to 35 years is a great range. They don't have predators, they have food and water and veterinary care. In the wild, 10 to 15 years is a great age range.
Yeah, that's amazing. Very cool. Let's talk a little bit about the seasons that they go through. We're currently in molting season. That's when they're pushing out all those feathers, looking a little uncomfortable, looking a little different, but still very cute. And what's coming up next?
After this, they're gonna go through a migration season. So they wanna have these perfectly brand new waterproof feathers after molt, and they will be in the water for about 4 months after this season.
Very cool.
So they wanna make sure they can flee from predators, remain warm in the water, be buoyant, and be fast.
Incredible. Very cool. So we have 19 Magellanic penguins.
We do.
Frankie, can you name all of them?
I can.
Go.
Okay. Roxy, Lloyd, Ludwig, Paddles, Kate, Robbie, Fisher, Admiral, Dee, Heidi, Anderson. Is anyone counting?
No.
Oh, okay. Heidi, Anderson, Matson, Lily, Shim, whatever, Gats, Wally, Cleo. That had to be really close to 19.
I think you're right. That sounds right. I really wasn't counting. Was anyone else counting in the chat? Heidi, yeah.
I said Heidi.
Regardless, let's give Frankie a round of applause. Let's put some clapping emojis in the comments because that was incredible. Yeah, you're still going.
I'm just saying words
You're just saying over and over again. Amazing.
Yeah, that was good.
Frankie also has the amazing ability to point out which penguins are which, even if Cleo. There she is. There she is. Even if they don't have their ID bands on, which some of them don't right now, right, Frankie?
That's correct.
Why is that?
Well,
Why do we have some naked birds on the beach?
Because I'm naked birds.
Yeah.
As they are preparing for molt, as you can see Shim right here, their bands, their flippers expand as well. So their bodies get really large and then their flippers expand. And we don't want to restrict those flippers. So we'll take the bands off. Every couple of years we'll put on a larger zip tie and tighten it as the season goes on. But so far this season we haven't done that, but we're managing well without it. We know who all of our little birdies are.
Yeah, you're amazing at being able to point out their different characteristics. So let's start with Whatever. How I can tell Whatever because she's a very distinguished penguin. She has very defining features. But how is a penguin like Whatever different from our other penguins?
Well, when it comes to feeding, she eats capelin only, so she prefers, we try to offer different types of food. She prefers capelin only, and sometimes you have to hand it to her a very specific way. She's
a queen.
Kind of walks a little differently than other birds. No reason why, there's nothing wrong with her, but she huddles down a little differently. And
just like people, some people walk different.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She's a distinguished walk. Her name is actually Whatever. Yes,
name is
we kind of
Whatever.
skipped over that. It's so normal to me that I forget that it is a strange name. So why do we have a penguin named Whatever? That's her actual name is Whatever.
At this point, it probably is folklore, but the story that I've heard down over the years is that she came to us from another facility. They had so many birds hatch that year that the keeper with sass said, "Oh, just name her Whatever," when they were asked what to name her. And the other keeper wrote that down, and here we are.
Here we are.
20 years
I think
later.
she really lives up to the name. She is a very sassy penguin. I feel like if she could speak English, she would say Whatever quite often.
I agree.
Yeah. She's a
Or get out of my way. I'm in
or
charge.
move, please. Yeah. Maybe without the please. Very cool. Oh, great question. Do they know their names? Do you think some of the penguins know their
A
names?
couple of them know their name. I believe Whatever knows her name. Shim right there in the water knows his name. Shim. See how he turned around?
Oh, wow. Yes. Good job, buddy.
Robbie, who's kind of standing right here.
Yeah.
I'll give you some food in a minute, sir.
Is that Shim coming over?
Shim's coming over.
Yeah, he's like, I heard my name. That was really cool. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. That was really special.
It's got to be the way we say it. I think there's a little bit of voice connotation happening, but a couple know their names. I would say the birds that hatched here generally don't know their names.
Okay, interesting.
So maybe the facility they all came from did that. They really prioritize names, but it's fun for me. So I have the 5 or 6 that know their names.
I love it. So these two actually being side by side are great for my next question, which is, do penguins mate for life?
Not all penguins do, but Magellanic penguins do. So this is Shim and whatever.
Lovebirds, literally. Drawing a heart around them.
They've been together for a very long time, probably 15 years.
Wow, going strong, you guys.
Yeah,
Couples goals.
I think they're our oldest couple. I'm going to confirm that.
I think so.
I'm confident they're our oldest couple here. They both came to us from another facility.
Can you guys hold hands, please?
You called my name and did not offer me fish.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? In front of my wife?
In front of my wife.
How dare you? Oh my gosh, they are too cute. So these are actually, this is a funny couple because we have the smallest penguin on the beach and the tallest, right? Is he still considered the tallest?
He is the tallest and his feet are massive. He's a big bird.
You're a model, Shim. There he goes. How dare you?
He's good at the side eye.
How dare you talk about my big feet? Very, very cool. Okay, I think I interrupted you when we were talking about penguin season. So upcoming next we have migration.
Yeah.
We're in molting. Next is migration.
Migration.
Uh-huh.
And then we have breeding season.
Breeding season. Woo!
So behind me and all along the back wall, there's actually burrows that are built into the walls. Go into tunnels. Oh, look at Paddles. She's shaking all her feathers.
Paddles. I'm going to go over there and get an up-close shot of the...
She's really cute.
Hi, Paddles. Everyone say hi to Miss Gorgeous Paddles. And I'm going to show what those feathers look like falling off of her. And those feathers are pretty soft that are coming off of her, right? Yeah, they're very cool. Oh my gosh. Amazing.
Some fall off of her as she shakes out.
Yeah, well,
it's just cute.
It's very cute.
Sorry.
No,
breeding
it's okay.
Season. I also stop all chats for penguin yoga, so if that happens,
it's important. You have to see it.
Calls. Breeding season, so they will take their burrows. They are very protected. This is when I'm asked about if there's an alpha. We don't have alphas, but they do protect their space really well.
Very cool.
And each of these seasons are about 2 to 3 months long, and then they are kind of sandwiched in by transitional seasons.
Yeah, there's in between. Hello. Sing it, baby.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Let's give a round of applause to Matson.
Yeah.
Amazing. That was beautiful, Matson.
We can help them take any feathers off.
Look at those feathers coming off. Someone was just asking if they like to be pet. And I don't know if so much what you're doing right now is petting. I think you're more assisting with their molt, right?
That's what I was doing.
Now that's a pet. That's a pet. But some birds maybe like to be touched more than others.
I wouldn't dare pet either of these two birds.
No.
They will
trouble.
Use that beak of theirs.
Trouble.
It's just independent penguins. They all do what they enjoy.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes your pets. Some animals don't like to be pets. Some animals like some interaction.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, let's catch up on comments. Hey, I want to thank our 7 donors who have raised almost $150 for our nonprofit aquarium here on this TikTok Live. Thank you so much. We are a nonprofit, like I said, and we do a lot of conservation and education efforts, including TikTok Lives. We're live every Tuesday, you guys. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. It used to be 3 p.m. Now it is 2 p.m. Pacific. So wherever you are in the world in relation to that, that's 5 p.m. on the East Coast, 2 p.m. on the West Coast, where we are in Long Beach, California. And this is a great question, Frankie. Everyone wants to know, how do you get a job working with penguins?
How do you get a job working with penguins? Well, I was able to get my foot in the door and volunteer here at the Aquarium in the Pacific. I have a degree in biology, and a lot of people have a different path, a different route, but really finding your way to be around animals, if you have a similar facility nearby, or you're willing to travel to intern or volunteer, that's kind of how you get in, and then you just learn. I asked a lot of questions, I worked my way up, and now I work here with our penguins.
Incredible. Very cool.
And frogs.
And frogs, too. And sometimes there are seals and sea lions.
And then one time I fed a ray.
Yeah, so kind of everything. You're just everywhere, Frankie. You're amazing. Oh, great question. How do penguins feel?
How do they feel?
On the inside. Just kidding.
Oh,
No, at their heart.
Kind hearts.
Yes, very, very soft hearts. but also pretty soft feathers.
These feathers, they're old feathers that are kind of aging out, are more coarse and less soft. But new feathers are very downy and soft and fluffy. So you actually have two versions of feathers right now. You have Cleo right here. Oh, she's going to stretch it out for you right now. Thank you.
There we go. Very cute, Cleo.
These feathers are about to age out, and then you have Admiral behind. You can actually see how soft these. They feel just as soft as they look.
Yeah, they are very fluffy.
And paddles up above. Those gray feathers, that's all soft, downy feathers.
Very cute, you guys. All right, let's catch up on some comments. What's your favorite animal that you work with, Frankie? I mean, not to make it awkward.
Not to make it awkward.
Yeah.
Anderson, you are number one.
Specifically Anderson.
No, let's see. I am lucky to work with our mountain yellow-legged frogs.
Yeah.
Those are cute little animals.
Great conservation effort.
Different conservation project we do here at the aquarium. And I just can't say no to Parker, the
I know.
male adult sea
He's
lion.
over there.
He's over there.
Yeah, he's over there. He'll be back on TikTok Live soon.
I didn't talk when I...
Nope, sorry.
A little far away.
Very cool. We have some Frankie fan club in the chat. Shout out to the Frankie fan club.
Hello.
You got your big fans in the chat. We also have Penguin fan club in the chat too. Hey, thank you so much to our 9 donors. We are nearing $200 raised for our nonprofit aquarium. Thank you so much for your support. Your donation here on TikTok Live goes directly to our 12,000 animals that call us home and also our conservation and education efforts. So thank you so much for your support. That reminded me of something. What was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, Frankie Fan Club is hyped today. They're loving it.
Thank you.
Okay, do they ever get into maybe a couple of arguments here on the beach? Is there any shenanigans that we should know about?
Yes. Shenanigans season is equal to breeding
Shenanigans season. That's what we should
do. Not fall.
I'm not going to fall, I promise. I'm just trying to get out of the sun, truly.
It is poopy.
Yeah.
You can relocate if
No,
you need.
I'm steady. Thank you.
Right.
And if I fall, you know what? It'll be funny on TikTok Live.
You're right.
Maybe I should.
I'll have to just...
My boss is watching.
Oh, gosh.
Just kidding. We're very safe here at the Aquarium Pacific.
We
We value safety above all.
Forgot the question.
Me too. Oh, what about penguin shenanigans here on the beach? Is there any, disagreements sometimes?
Penguin shenanigans equals breeding season in all the best ways. These animals are very protective of their space. They work hard to build their nest. If they lay an egg, they are protecting their egg to make sure that not only predators don't get to it, but maybe another penguin doesn't get too close and damage. And then if they have a chick, then they will really protect that chick. So they want to make sure that their scenario, their space is very protected. And even if they know their fellow next door neighbor, they will argue, and a lot of times it's billing, so they take their beak and smack it, but they will bite, they will drag, they will pull, they will injure, but we work hard to intervene when it gets a little on the rough edge.
Definitely. And are these penguins are they ever found in snowy parts of the world?
Magellanic penguins do not require snow or ice to survive, so no, but there are penguins that live in the snow and ice.
Very cool.
Not these ones.
Not these guys. We're here in Long Beach, California at the Aquarium of the Pacific, and we are on Penguin Beach. We have 19 penguins here at our aquarium, and if you're just joining us, they are going through a season called Molt. So during molting season, they are losing all their feathers, they're pushing out all their feathers and growing in new ones at the same time. So it's called a catastrophic molt. It sounds very dramatic because it is a little dramatic, as you can see. They look a little different. You're fine. They look a little different than they normally do. And in a couple weeks' time, they're going to have these beautiful, brand new white and black feathers looking gorgeous. They're going to look amazing. This is the only type of penguin we've ever had here at the aquarium. Is that correct?
That's true.
Only species. We've only had Magellanic penguins.
Statues.
But we have
over there.
statues. There's guests over there. But over here if you're standing in front of the exhibit to your right, we have statues of different penguins. So you can see the size difference. There's penguins that are, emperor penguins are how tall would you say, Frankie, compared to
these 1.5
that?
2 feet
Just kidding.
tall.
Much larger than Magellanic. Oh my goodness, you guys. We're going to be live until 3 p.m. today, so if you haven't already, please invite your friends and family to this live stream so that way they can get all of their questions asked and answered about penguins. Like I said, we have 19 penguins here on the beach, and actually, if you can't get enough of our penguins, we have an explore.org live camp right there. I'm going to wave hello to it. And you can check in on them 24/7. That is always streaming. Right, Frankie?
That is the truth.
Yep.
Above and underwater.
Yep.
Although,
That's linked in our bio if you're interested.
Although I will say, this is hot off the press.
Yeah?
We are going to be relocating our underwater camera.
Oh, this is big news. This is huge news.
No, we just have to work on some condensation. So if you sign in and it's not live,
Then
it'll
you know
be
what.
there.
What I'm laughing at right now, too, is all of these feathers in the water right here. It is a messy time of year on the beach, right, Frankie?
Yes, and I know you can't smell through the phone, but it's also
not
a
great.
stinky time.
It's not great. It's not as bad as it can be, I know.
This is the time of year where when people say, "Can I take one home?" I say, "Well, let's take a smell."
Yeah, exactly. Take a
Is
smell.
this the mess
Look
you
at these
would like to
feathers.
handle?
And they eat restaurant quality sustainable seafood, and that gets a little expensive. So we're
It's
thankful.
pricey and stinky.
Yeah, we're really thankful for all of our supporters, especially this live. We're nearing $250 raise.
Thank
That's
you.
2.5 days almost that we're able to feed our penguins thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for the support. Someone says they take one anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know. But they are very adorable. We're lucky to get to hang out with them. And look at this little booty wiggle we have going on over
Yeah,
here.
we've got a lot of preening happening. So
Yeah, this is the preening station, I think.
These birds have specialized beaks or hooks at the end of their beaks, and they allow them to reach all the layers of feathers to organize them. Floyd's not a good example because he's
Gotta go.
about to drop them all.
Yeah,
But we've got Heidi here. She's kind of putting them all back in line, all her feathers back in line. We got some penguin yoga over there.
Oh, penguin yoga, it's happening. Check that out, you guys. Beautiful job. Amazing. Cool. Okay, let's catch up on some comments. Yes, the water is pretty chilly. What's the degree of the water here?
It's about 56 degrees.
56 degrees Fahrenheit, just in case we have
Oh, thank you.
people watching from other countries. Oh, it's totally fine. I forget.
I try not to complain about the temperature because my diving bird exhibit, our puffins, are 47 degrees.
Oh,
so
chilly.
This is my warm exhibit.
Very chilly. Oh my goodness. Do you ever get in the water and dive with them?
I do. I try to get in there about once a week so I can help clean, although we have volunteer divers twice a week that really help me out.
Very cool.
We have a lot of different types of volunteers at the aquarium that help maintain our collections.
Hi, Maggie.
Hello.
Shout out to Maggie.
Maggie does more than awesomely tally. She helps us clean and care for all of our birds and mammals here at the aquarium.
And wave hello to
Pacific.
TikTok. That too. She's really good at that.
Most importantly,
Yeah, see?
waving hello.
I told you guys. Amazing. Very cool. Oh, Frankie, someone asked if you are a doctor. Are you a penguin doctor?
Oh, my brain went so like, do you have a PhD? No, I am not. But I do assist with our veterinary care team. One thing that I do get good at, and if you work with penguins, is restraining them. So not everyone in the veterinary world quite has the best grasp. So I will go in, I will hold animals, I will assist them, but I don't do any medical care.
Speaking of their medical care, can we talk about what their care here at the aquarium looks like?
Yeah. So these birds get in, actually, the majority of our 12,000 animals here at the aquarium have annual physicals. So they go to our veterinary office, our Molina Animal Care Center, and they are getting a physical like we would. They're getting their bodies checked, their blood values, their...
Oh, you know what, Frankie? I am not getting good service here. I'm going to switch ya. I think if I'm right here, I'll be good. Sorry about that, TikTok.
From the sun.
I know, that was very nice of you. Okay, I think we're good over here. Much better. Cool. Thank you guys for letting me know. Okay, continue. Sorry. Healthcare.
Physicals.
Yes.
They get annual physicals and preventative care. So in their annual physicals, we are just making sure all their values look okay. And if there are any issues, we
handle it.
I
Yep.
can't think of a single word.
We've been talking for a long time. We've been
Take care
talking
of
for
business.
43 minutes now,
Hey, yeah.
Frankie. Let's give Frankie a round of applause. She's doing a great job.
Let's
Yeah,
really
give
give
yourself
Floyd
one.
a round of applause. He's trying to
Let's
fit in
give
that
all
small
these
frame.
birds a round of applause. Floyd, it's
Good
okay,
boy.
buddy. It's okay, friend. Are any of our penguins eligible for release?
None of our penguins are eligible for release. We are not a part of a release program. In fact, I'm not sure how well they would do in the wild. But a couple of them came to us from the wild, and they are Robbie, Kate, and Roxy. They were rescued birds deemed non-releasable, but still fit to survive. So we were able to take them in, and we've had them for 11 years in our colony.
Amazing. Very cool. Yeah, they're all part of our conservation effort, and they're all part of a species survival plan. Oh, we got some feathers flying over here. Good job, Paddle Still, right? That's her spot?
Still paddles.
Yep, look at those feathers on the ground next to her. Is she trying to hurry up the process by preening, or is that just kind of to make it a little more comfortable?
I think that's normal. I don't know that it's hurrying. I think she feels an itch and she's going for it. What's funny is, like, tomorrow when we come in, I bet you where Floyd is, there's going to be 10,000 feathers.
A billion feathers.
Pop off his body.
Yeah. Does your cleaning process during molting season change?
Yes. It like triples.
Yep.
We are constantly picking up feathers, scrubbing even harder, hosing down. It's hot. We are out here. We are out here, and that also just adds to the individual care of the penguins because our eyes are on them all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Frankie, whenever you're ready, if you want to pull back out the bucket, up to you.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a few minutes to sit down if you'd like.
Yeah, I was thinking that we could do some water feeds. You can kind of see what
That
they
sounds
look
cool to
like
me.
when they're jumping in and out.
Yeah, let's get some wave emojis in the comments if you're ready for water feeding
Like
time.
wave,
Let's do water wave like that.
That
Yeah.
makes the most sense. But I don't know.
Welcome, everybody. If you are just joining us, we're live here on Penguin Beach at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. If you can't get enough of our penguins, we actually have a live camera on them 24/7. And you can find that by clicking the link in our bio. And what's splish splashing over here? Frankie, what are you feeding them?
I am feeding some herring and capeland, so our herring is a little bit larger. Oh, that one's mouth is open, sorry.
Yep, that's okay.
It's not camera ready.
There we go.
Just kidding. Herring, which is a little larger and has more meat content to it, and some capeland, which
Yum.
is smaller with more water.
Oh man, do they like water feeding? I can't tell.
I think they really enjoy
I think they
it.
really like it. Can't even keep up with them. They're moving so fast. They're zooming through the water. Frankie always says that, I'm going to steal your joke here, that penguins can't fly, but they do fly through the water.
I have a
You can
secret
see that
for
here.
you. That's
What's that?
not my joke. That's just what we say.
No, that's your joke.
That's what we penguin
Take
keepers
credit.
say.
Take credit, Frankie.
There's one
It's okay.
thing we pass along to the next.
It's all the puns, all the punny
All the
stuff.
puns.
Yep. Amazing. Catching up on comments. Yes, 100% of your donation here on TikTok Live goes right back to our nonprofit aquarium here in Long Beach. And the money goes to feeding and maintaining our 12,000 animals and also our conservation and education efforts. So we thank you so much for supporting those efforts. It's huge. We couldn't do it without you. If you can't donate, that is 100% okay. I know I keep mentioning it and shouting out donors, but mostly I'm really, really happy you're just hanging out with us today on TikTok Live. It means the world, and it really helps us if you show up and you comment and you like and you share it with your friends and your family. If you can't donate, that's an incredible way to support our nonprofit aquarium. So I thank you for just being here. If you want to support us after the fact, you can go through our feed here on TikTok and comment on our videos. Tell us what you liked about this live stream. Tell us what other animals you want to see on future live streams. Definitely let us know. So we're going to be live weekly every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern here on TikTok Live. I know we have some great fans in the chat who are used to our 3 p.m. live stream, but our new time slot is 2 p.m. here on the West Coast, so that's Pacific time. And yeah, I hope you'll join us for a future live stream. We're going to be live here for about 13 more minutes, unless, something really adorable happens, which it might. Then we'll just be live forever. We'll never stop.
Forever.
Exactly.
I will say that, although if you were here earlier, you would have seen all of the birds kind of eating, doing their thing while I was up at the bucket. Now I've kind of switched up the feed, and we've kind of turned it into an enrichment session where they can swim and hunt naturally for the fish, and it gets really fun and exciting for them. New penguin feeder alert.
Hey-o. Good job.
That's all I have for you all in food, but I have all the answers to your question.
Incredible. Okay, cool. Yeah, Frankie, go get your stuff together. That's okay. Catching up on your comments now. Welcome. We're the Aquarium of the Pacific. We're actually open to the public, so you might see some people walking around the background here and go. But we are open to the public. We ask that you make a reservation before you visit. During the week, they're not required, but they're definitely recommended to make sure that you can enter based on capacity. On the weekends and holidays, they are required. So click the link in our bio if you're interested in visiting our aquarium. And make sure you're following us here on TikTok. And tap the notification bell in our profile. That way you get notified whenever we go live. So we are for sure going to be live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Tuesdays at 2, and that's Pacific time. But turn those notifications on, because if I'm here late one night, I like to wander around the aquarium and show you what's happening in the evening, or just get to show you some other animals too. Very cool. Oh, great question. Why do they molt, Frankie?
Why do they
Which is
molt?
the theme of this live stream today.
The theme of this live stream. So to catch you up, molting is when they replace their feathers to grow in new ones. They catastrophically molt, so they're pushing out all their feathers at the same time so that they have perfectly waterproof feathers for migration season.
Incredible.
So a lot of birds molt. If you've been here to the aquarium in the Pacific before, you might have seen a lorikeet feather, or just on your walks around your life you've seen feathers on the ground. That is a molted feather as well.
Very
Those
cool.
birds don't do it all at the same time though.
Yeah, it's a little different per species, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you work with any other animals, Frankie?
I do. I work with all of our birds, our marine mammals. So we've got seals, sea lions, many different shorebirds. I'm a part of our amphibian team, so I work with about 25 different species of amphibians. A couple of them are their own conservation projects.
Someone said their uncle's name is Molt, and it made me laugh.
Hello, Molt.
Yeah, hello. Shout out to your uncle.
That's a first for me. It's your season.
Very cool. We are live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. Thank you so much to our 13 donors who have raised over $250 for our nonprofit aquarium. You guys officially fed our penguins for 2.5 days. Officially fed them. And that is restaurant quality seafood that they get. Look at those feathers flying. Good job, Paddles. Yep, let's do a big stretch. Good job. Round of applause for Paddles, everybody. How fast do penguins swim? Let's take a look. They're kind of cruising right now.
Slow.
A little
they
slow.
swim up to 25 miles an hour. That's a really fast speed, but they can be underwater for a maximum of 5 minutes, but they stay close to the surface, not usually more than a minute.
And that's not, they're not swimming at 25 miles an hour a long time, right? Or long distances.
We're in slow-mo right now.
Yeah, we're chilling. We're doing
this. If they want to and they need to, they can swim pretty fast, but I don't really know the exact numbers.
Very cool. I know that penguins lay 2 eggs at a time. Is that pretty common for, or at least Magellanic, is that pretty common for all penguin species?
I don't think so. I think it's dependent on their breeding season and habits for that individual species. So Magellanic penguins were able to have enough food, energy to raise 2 animals, so they lay their eggs in hopes of raising 2. But I don't know that all penguins lay 2 eggs.
Interesting.
For example, puffins, which are not penguins.
They're not. Good job. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
They're not penguins, and they are a different type of diving seabird, and they will lay 1 egg at a time. If that 1 egg were to roll out of the nest or break, depending on the amount of time after that, they would lay a second egg. The Magellanic penguins lay 2 eggs about 3 days apart.
Very cool. Someone was asking if this is a result of stress, but this is actually a naturally occurring event. What's happening to our birds right now? It is molting season. So they're losing all their feathers and replacing them. Are they ever kind of plucking any out, or they usually just kind of let it happen?
In this season, sure, they might let it happen, but assist the end of the pull.
Yeah.
But a penguin could get stressed enough to pluck feathers, and that is one of the things we're able to do is observe our animals before they get to that point. We notice if they're breathing differently, if they're blinking or sleeping or standing or in a different spot. So we're usually able to catch any health issues very early on. Plucking feathers is the last thing they would do to show their stressor, and that might mean they're really sick. But this is molting. This is their natural cycle that they go through every single year, and it always looks this rough.
It's a little rough looking, right? Frankie, what are some other things you look for in our penguins to tell, you're in here 5 days a week or so, and what are you looking for as far as overall health for our penguins?
I'm looking at the color of the skin above their eyes.
Oh, is that an indicator of a health issue if it changes?
It can be, yes. I'm looking, when they open their mouths, I'm looking to see, is there moisture inside? What color is it? Because that can tell me about if they are anemic, if they're hydrated, if they have some other type of sickness. I'm looking for the way that they breathe. I'm looking at their poop every day, all day. It's not hard to look at their poop.
Looking at their poop all day, every day.
It might be hard to identify whose poop it was, but I'm looking for different colors. Similar to what you may experience with a pet at home, I am watching all of them with a team of people. It is not just me. You may have seen Maggie a few moments ago. She is just one of our awesome volunteers, and we have a bunch of other staff that is here watching all of our animals, making sure we catch it all.
Yeah, very cool. I am attempting to answer as many questions as I can, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. If we miss your question while we're live, feel free to send us a message. or stay tuned for a future penguin live stream.
Personally answer it.
Frankie. I'm gonna hand Frankie the phone and let her take over one of these days. Okay, catching up on your comments. We are in Long Beach, California at the Aquarium of the Pacific, and we are open to the public, so you can come see these guys in person. Catching up. Long Beach, California. Yes. What is their lifespan? I know we answered this a couple times, but we got some new people in the chat. Yeah.
Their lifespan in an animal care facility, 25 to 35 years. There's no predators, food, water, and medical care. In the wild, 10 to 15.
Very cool. Great question. How do they sleep? How do penguins sleep? Kind of like this.
Yeah, they can do that, or they can be resting in the water. They can be standing.
Oh, they can sleep in the water too?
They can.
Very cool.
They must be very comfortable and very aware of their surroundings to do it, but I've seen it.
Very cool.
It's cute. They doze off.
They also do this thing called footballing sometimes, right? Where they just lay down and they just kind of look like a football sitting there. It's very cute.
I think you coined that term, if I'm being honest.
Really? You think so?
It does work.
I think it might be our Explore viewers, but I think it's very cute. I might have stolen it from them.
Stolen.
I know.
You heard it
Stole
here.
the football.
It's still cute though, nonetheless. They'll
It is
lay
very
down,
cute.
they'll stand up.
Amazing. Incredible. I saw some questions about... Hello? Oh, little drama happening over here.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
I can actually hear the differences of their voices.
Can you really? You can tell who's
Probably
barking?
about 10 of the birds I know, because they have different types of honks.
Aw.
Those were called brays. They have donkey-like brays. That was a little stressful moment. Floyd, for some reason, went to paddles his home.
That's not your house, dude.
There's some confusion there.
Yeah.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
It's okay, Floyd.
That's okay.
Oh, he wants to step.
Yeah. It's not
I
yours.
haven't seen a big Floyd get up there yet.
Yeah.
You're really going to push him
Oh.
back?
I don't know if I've ever seen a penguin push each other out of the way before. That was really funny. Okay.
She knows what she wants.
Yep.
It's okay, Floyd.
It's okay. You gotta protect your spot. We get it. We totally understand. Oh, big stretch. Someone says, Floyd is having a rough time, okay? It's okay, Floyd. Yeah, you go back to your spot. You chill. That's amazing. Okay, let's catch up on your comments. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We raised over $300 today on TikTok Live. We're nearing $350. That's almost 3.5 days that you guys fed our penguins. Thank you so much. We feed them restaurant quality, sustainable seafood. These guys eat capelin and herring. Do they ever eat anything else?
Sure, we offer silver sides, another type of smelt like capelin, squid. Sometimes I give them krill, but they don't know what to do with that. Although it would be something they eat in their natural habitat. We don't always offer it here, so they look at it funny.
Very funny. Oh, someone asked if penguins dance, and I would say that's this little wiggle they do. They flap around. I would say that's dancing. Wiggle with it. Amazing.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.
Paddles.
These are Magellanic Penguins.
You and Paddles are friends, right?
Me and
Paddles
Paddles?
one of your homegirls?
Yeah, Paddle's my girl.
She was just standing near you. I don't know what she's doing, but
We're
she likes
girlies.
you.
We
Girlies.
hang. We hang. There she goes.
She's our
busy.
princess.
Yeah. I was told that if I was a penguin, I would be Paddles. I think you specifically told me that.
I said, yes.
You also said she's the prettiest one, so
Just see, it's all lining up.
It's all adding up. We have Admiral Fancy Pants over here. As you can see, he is currently Admiral Fluffy Pants. I stole that from Frankie too. He's very fluffy over there. Yeah, look at him. It's a good one.
A lot of times we get calls or questions about what's happening. Why is that bird just facing a wall? I don't really know why, but they all do it, and it is just a part of the molt.
I mean, it's a beautiful wall. There's
Yes.
a lot to look at.
Sometimes I will come out here and all 18 birds will just be facing a wall. I'm like, okay, everyone.
All right. Very cool. That's amazing. Very cool. Okay. We are going to wrap up in just a few minutes. So yeah, let's do a speed round of questions. What is this?
Penguin.
What kind?
Magellanic.
What's happening?
Molt.
What is that?
Replacing feathers.
Where are we?
At the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California, the
Who are
Jinkies
you?
Penguin Habitat. I am Frankie Lil.
Who am I? I'm
You are
Madeline.
Madeline, our social media.
That's me. I am the social media. Let's. Okay, now I got. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Woo, speed.
That was a speedy round. It is hot here in Long Beach, California, but we have specific measures to make sure that our animals don't get overheated. I know we got misters. They have this cool water they can jump into. We got the shade above us. Yeah, it's actually pretty pleasant in the shade, honestly. Catching up. Yes. Oh, this is a great question. Will their feathers return to the black color as seen on them normally?
Yeah. I would actually call them right now brown. So this is that kind of sun-dyed
Yeah, brownish gray, a taupe, if you will.
A taupe, you're right. But yes, let's see. Admiral's a very
Someone asked in the comments, are they stinky, Frankie?
Yes.
Yes, they are quite stinky.
That should be in our rapid round.
It is. I know. Are they
stinky? Yes.
Yes. Very cool. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you so much to the 17 donors who raised over $350 to our nonprofit aquarium today. You are supporting our 12,000 animals that call us home and our conservation and education efforts and our ability to continue doing these live streams. So thank you so much for your support. You guys are amazing. We're live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific. 2 p.m. Pacific. No.
Whoa.
Fired. 2 p.m. Pacific here on TikTok Live. Make sure you tap the notification bell on our profile so that way you get notified every time we go live. Not just on Tuesdays. Sometimes it's in between. Sometimes it's in the evening. But you can know for sure that we will be live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Tuesdays at 2. Tuesdays at 2.
What time?
Tuesdays at 2. Yep. Very cool. All right, everybody. If you can't get enough of penguins, you can head over to our live explore.org stream. That's located at the link in our bio. And if you want to visit the aquarium, you can find out more information there. Thank you all, thank you so much for joining us today. It was awesome hanging out with you all. Thank you to our 17 donors. You all are amazing. Thank you to Frankie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frankie.
I do want to say every single penny that goes into these interactions goes not only back to our 19 penguins, but to our 12,000 animals here at the aquarium. So thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, we appreciate it so much. And so do all 12,000 of us. Yep. Bye, Frankie.
Bye.
Bye, Admiral. Bye, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Is that a 12?
I'd say, it's a number. You did a good job.
I was worried.